Hello, termites. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? A little shout out to Michigan. I saw dams breaking. That can't be good. I always think, what if this dam that holds the Lake of the Ozarks together, Bagnell Dam, that was built like in the 30s. I'm certain of the 30s. I don't know which year. And what if that thing broke? Like the whole lake would just be on land, and then all the people would get flooded. And if we don't check our dams enough, this is just a little public announcement that I feel. The Corps of Engineers, and maybe they don't have enough money. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but somebody's got to step it up on that stuff. That's the end of my TED Talk. Good night. I'm kidding. We're not done. What am I drinking tonight? Pick this up. See how I'm a little alcohol mule? People have no idea. TSA, they go through my suitcase, they can't even find it. Because I have this bubble thing that somebody gave me. Just one little bottle of alcohol and go in there to take home as a souvenir. Wayne Gretzky, number 99, the greatest. It's a little Canadian whiskey, which I like because it's light. It's not as rough as some American whiskeys. It's more like an Irish one, I think, to me. Purchased in Niagara Falls. My shirt tonight is Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo in New Orleans. I was there not that long ago with my friend Vic Henley, who passed away, sadly. And we had a weird private casino gig, like 3 hours away from New Orleans. But we went all around New Orleans and out all night, 2 nights in a row, and had a blast. And I really liked this t-shirt, even though then I thought, sometimes this is where 8 years of Catholic school and more years after that, I think, should I buy this? Am I inviting the devil into my own house? I actually have those thoughts. Is this going to unlock bad luck? So far, no. It's fine. I don't do voodoo. Let's just get that on. I mean, I really like American Horror Story Coven. I don't do voodoo. But I don't necessarily disbelieve in it for the people that do it. I would be I won't even play with an Ouija board. That's how crazy I can be about that stuff. That's really good. Wayne Gretzky did a wonderful job. Let's get back to the reason we're here, which is Tanya. Daddy tricked that guy and got him out of the contract, so now they don't have to pay that man. She's the Rolling Stone writer with the weird name Chet Flippo is out on the road with her, and she's going to be on the cover. At this point, I'm going to say, I don't know how old she is, 16, 17? She hasn't really filled us in on that. Chet listened to all this, and he reminded me that some people were saying, oh, the sex symbol, we already did that. Okay. Yeah, so she just said everything was fine. She wants to be a little more flashy, which that original lady said when she was like 4 years old. She wanted her to be flashy, and Tanya felt uncomfortable because she was like 4. Bill Carter's old friend, Arkansas Congressman Wilbur Mills, turned up again and helped Dad and Bill begin serious negotiations with MCA. Around the same time, we've been trying to get loose from John Kelly. Bill had mentioned the possible MCA deal to Mills, who casually said, oh, well, why don't you call my friend Lou Wasserman? Lou Wasserman was the chairman of the MCA Corporation, which included Universal Pictures. Dad and Bill knew that to a man like Lou, the $50,000 offered by CBS would just be pocket change. Dropping Wilbur Mills' name paid off, and Lou Wasserman took Bill's call immediately. I got a country singer named Tanya Tucker. I want to talk to you about her, Bill began, thinking he'd have to give Lou a rundown of my hits and a pep talk about my potential. I'm familiar with Tanya, Lou said quickly. As a matter of fact, I thought she could cross over into the rock and pop charts. Oh, no! This will not go well. No, it won't. You got to ease into that. Even nowadays, if you get too poppy, country folk don't like that. And I don't disagree. You pick your genre. Please stay in it. Don't confuse me. I don't like trickery, and I don't like confusion. The biggest trick that was ever pulled on this lady was the band Candlebox. They had that song, now maybe, awesome. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know. Anyway, it's a great song. And then I bought the album, the rest of it, like super heavy metal. They tricked me with a ballad. So did Kiss with Beth. They tricked me with Beth. And then I thought, that would be great. And I didn't really like the rest. She shouldn't cross over. I think this is a mistake. I don't know. Maybe not. That was the beginning of the courtship from MCA. Mike Madeline, who ran the record division, came out on the road to see my show. And even as loyal as I was to Billy, I began to like and respect Mike a great deal. He not only loved my music, he believed I could sell millions just like the pop stars. Dad and Bill finally decided we should sign with MCA, and we flew to Los Angeles, where there was, with surprising speed, MCA offered me $1.5 million. Let's hear it for Daddy Tucker. They could have taken 50 grand cash on the table in ones, and he said no, and you know he needed that money. He needed it something awful. They didn't have any more shit than the shit you could put in a station wagon. And Daddy, just when you think he is hillbillified to the umpteenth power, he plays good cop, bad cop, gets out of a contract, walks away from $50,000 to get $1.5 million. That's crazy. It was an unbelievable offer, since this was after 3 very difficult years of the Tuckers trying to make it out there on the road with no upfront record label money. So Dad shook hands with Mike Matlin on it. By the time, see, that always kills me too. When you see these country singers that have one hit and they have a tour bus, I'm always like, what? How do they get a bus? And there's just some lady that gets off the bus who's, like 24. Rappers have them too. They're all young too, and they're getting off buses. And I'm like, I am old enough to be your mother. Where is my free bus? Because comedians we do have labels, but they're not going to give us a bus. Because we don't, we sell comedy CDs, but come on. It's not like we're Taylor Swift. No bus. But anyway, that's why they were in a station wagon. Why? No upfront money from a record label. Okay. So Dad shook hands with Mike Matlin on it. By the time Dad and Bill were back in Little Rock, CBS heard the news and decided if Lou Wasserman wanted me bad enough to pay $1.5 million, maybe they'd blown it. Well, maybe you did, as Ron would say. Maybe you did, when he gets spiteful, hateful. Also, Billy Sherrill was raised in hell with the New York office about their handling of my contract negotiations. I was completely torn up over it. I loved working with Billy, and I didn't want to leave him or the label, but Mike Matlin was a wonderful person, too, and he was offering $1.5 million. Well, Tanya, that's where you can't let feelings get involved. This is just business. If there's one thing that I've learned at this age, you just say, look, it's not personal, it's just business, and walk away with a purse full of cash. It's hard, though, if you care about other people's feelings. I agree. If any mistake I've made in my career is I've stayed some places too long. Should have left before I did, and I just didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Well, we couldn't even imagine $1.5 million. It's hard to even imagine it now, let alone in 1974. No kidding. That was like $8 billion back then. When CBS finally flew in with their counteroffer, Dad turned them down. He and I had shaken hands with Mike Matlin. Even if the contract wasn't signed, the deal was done. Now, that's a hillbilly who keeps his word. I shook your hand, even if they offer me more. I ain't doing it. I'm really proud of Daddy in this chapter. He's come a long way, and all of his shenanigans have moved the ball forward. Moved it. MCA orchestrated a big event in Little Rock on my 16th birthday. So this is when she's 15, whatever this. I guess kind of right. Back on my 16th birthday to officially announce the signing. And they flew people in from all over the country, and their own staff members and press and radio people. They rented an entire amusement park there in Little Rock and turned it over to the guests for the celebrations. In between interviews and photo ops, I was running around everywhere riding the bumper cars, tilt-a-whirls, and Ferris wheels. Part of the reason for the big hoopla was to distract from what the doomsdayers in Nashville were saying. They were shaking their head and predicting the end of Tanya Tucker's career. After all, it was Billy Sherrill who brought me to the dance, and without Billy, everything could and most likely would fall apart. It was the first time of many times that doomsdayers would predict my career demise. Well, I'm not saying it's going to be the end of your career, but I'm going to say it's going to throw some bad bumps in there. That's what I'm going to say. All of a sudden, that road's going to get a little rocky. Probably stay a little smoother if you'd stay in that country highway. That's just my prediction. I haven't done it, but we're on chapter 23, guys, and we're almost coming up to pictures. They're tiny, though. I guess I'll have to get up and walk over to my own tripod and then shove the book up there so you can see the pictures. Well, that's it. I'm running out of things to watch. I made Lewis watch American Horror Story Coven just because Stevie Nicks is in it and all those other women, Angela Bassett and Jessica Lange. He likes it. Mrs. America, there's an episode on. I'm one behind on that. Yes. Phyllis Schlafly, the story of Phyllis Schlafly and Gloria Steinem, played by Kate Blanchett. I don't know who's playing Gloria Steinem. I think it's another Australian lady. Yeah. Tracy Ullman's in it. It's a great show. I think we already talked about that. This is why I've become my mother. I talk about things I've already talked about. I frequently don't know the date. Sometimes I don't know the day. It's fine. And then sometimes I don't pick up the phone. Just don't feel like talking to anybody. Why? Everybody's saying the same thing. People that I know, my comedian friends, because none of us are working. So we have no stories. So we just go, how are you? Same. What do you do? How many shows a year canceled? Okay. That's not fun, right? I do have friends that aren't comedians. And I like to call them to see what the real world's doing. Okay, termites. I've got my little Ugg slippers. Have I shown you these? I have my Roots sweats on. I love these. I love anything Roots. It's so comfortable. And they last a lifetime. You know what's amazing about Roots to me? How they come up with new things to sell. Just when I think I've bought every pair of cozy sweatpants Roots, oh no, they come up with this. Let's put the red on the bottom and trick them. Well, it worked. I bought these. I go in Detroit. There's a Roots store in Detroit because it's mostly a Canadian company, hard to find. But in the States, Detroit has a really good one in downtown Birmingham, that part of Detroit. So I'm cozy. I'm probably going to change the shirt. I just wanted to show you my Voodoo House shirt because I think it's really cool. It's very good colors. And that's it. I'm going to change my shirt. Maybe watch a little news. See if 41,000 people are 9 feet underwater. You know, we're already in a pandemic. Did Mother Nature need to do that? You know what? I got something for these people. I'm going to put them 9 feet underwater by dinner. That's what it actually said. That was an actual headline. 41,000 will be 9 feet underwater by dinner. Somebody just decided dinner is at a certain time, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, in the Midwest. And that's it. All right, I'm rambling. So you know what time it is. You got your cozies on. You got your blanket. Get your favorite pillow. Put your head down. Close your eyes. I'll turn out the light. And then say it. Night, night, termite.